This is All Things Nerd production.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kobolds in the Basement podcast. My name is Chad Hillson, your game master. We are joined with Dave Morris.
Hi, AC, but they keep hitting me anyway. Caster Flamebeard.
Schaloan Dysland.
Hi, it's Luminora.
And Steven Dysland.
Your friend in the shadows, Valerian.
So, let's get into it. This is Kobolds in the Basement. Now, before we get started, let's do a quick recap of the last episode. So last session, our heroes found themselves adventuring into the Mournlands during an overnight camp session, if you will. Valerian definitely found himself trying to keep watch and trying to go at it alone with some kobold scouts, sparking a little bit of a conflict where he kind of got laid out a little bit, a lot to the dismay of his fellow companions, where they called him out a little bit for trying to be the hero. But after that, they continued on towards a mysterious smoke cloud where they found what seemed to be an abandoned house. But thanks to Caster Flamebeard and his divine sense, realized that there were some reanimated skeletons all throughout. They had to go through some puzzles, kill the same skeletons multiple times before finding a secret room and a secret staircase to which they descended to the dungeon that they now find themselves in. And that is where we are now. All right. So we're going to start here. No need to worry about your tokens, but kind of at the bottom left side of the map that we have here is where you will find yourselves at the bottom of this staircase. As we start to go through this dungeon, what are you guys wanting to do? What are you looking for? What are you trying to do?
All right. So, Caster's just patched himself up a little bit and is decided he's going to stow his hammer behind his back and draw out the spear he's been carrying. Looks over them and goes, I'm going to take a little bit more defensive posture as I lead forward, and kind of holds out the shield, and then kind of Roman style is going to, rest the tip of this and shaft of the spear on the top of his shield so he can just advance with the spear point out and hopefully stab anybody who gets too close. So is there a doorway up in that area that's closed, or is it...
It's more of like an archway.
Archway?
Yeah.
I'm okay taking the front if you two are.
By all means, sir, lead the way.
Alright. And I'm just going to cautiously advance forward into their, shield point, and just keeping my eye out after everything we've been attacked by. I'm not trusting anything. All right, we got beds here, some crates and stuff. The chest of some kind, or is that what do we got in here?
All right. Are you looking to investigate like the beds, or are you looking for anything specific?
How's it smelling here?
You don't even have to roll. It smells musty.
So musty, but nothing like no obvious sign that smell decay or rotting or anything like that.
To put it nicely, it smells like an old folks' home, like mothballs.
Gross.
Yeah,
I agree. It doesn't necessarily smell bad, but it doesn't smell great, Cotton.
so
I do a little investigation check just to see if see if I can see any signs of anybody being here recently.
Go for it. I mean, with the 10 for investigation, there's a a light coating of dust on just about everything, but not heavy. So you could probably gather that since you're underground, there's probably been people here in the past few days.
Clearly, their cleaning servants haven't been around lately, but that's all right.
All right, well, I'm gonna see what's in these boxes. This box over here. See if it's locked or anything.
Luminora is standing by Castor too, and she's just kind of like clinging to her shield like this here, and another hand like kind of peeping over it right next to him. As she sees him, is gonna open the chest up.
All right, give me an investigation check, because there's a few chests in this room, basically by the side of each bed. So,
so investigation, and then I add a D4 to all investigation checks, so 9.
So a 9, and you're looking at the one right next to the bed, right around that corner there.
Yeah, the one that was like right on the left when we came in.
You open it. There's like rags in it. It's not locked by any means or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing over here.
Ooh, perfect. Now we can dust.
Yeah.
Rags.
So so this north end up here is walled off, or is there another?
If you're heading that way, there is just kind of like another archway, and there is a hallway to the left there. But there are other chests if you want to explore those. I'll let you roll again, and we'll just kind of call it for the other 4 that are in the room. If you want to explore them.
One of you guys want to check these out, and I'll stand guard.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yep. So, do you want to be the one to do it?
Both of you just give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, I like it.
What'd you get?
I got a 19.
So with a 19, I need you to roll a d6.
Whoa. A 2.
And with a 2, awesome. So you find in one of those chests, basically all the other ones are just like the one that Cass opened, where it's just a bunch of like rags, clean-ish underwear, things like that, just replacement undergarments and stuff like that. But in one of them, you do find a vial that is kind of like a dark green with like a light green kind of swirl within it, that you find. It's an unmarked potion.
Fun.
So be sure to add that to your inventory.
Dark green swirly vial of unmarked potion. Perfect.
So, what way do you guys want to go? Do you want to go which hallway here? Do you guys?
Valerian
think?
just kind of like sidesteps over to Luminora, and he's like, "Hey," nudges her with his shoulder. "Hey, look what I got."
Alright. I don't have a preference of going west or north. Which way you guys want to go?
How about west?
West
Well-
it is.
Right, so as you navigate down a short hallway just off to the side there, you come into kind of like a stores room. There's some barrels, kind of like a workbench. Doesn't smell any better or any worse, just musty cobwebs, in the corners. You do see both through the hallway and from the bottom of the staircase into that first room, you have seen some like skeletons, but they're all covered in cobwebs and stuff like that, so it looks like they've been dead for a long time.
Are there any like, are they armored skeletons, or armed even?
Like hide armor. Give me an investigation check on top of that if you want to explore the bodies.
No, I just wanted to know if they were
Not
at least
not
one point in
heavily
time
armed,
soldiers.
not heavily armored, but they're not like in their 90s that you would have found in those chests.
Gotcha.
So you come into the room over here. It's like a wares room. Still not much going on. You might hear a little clitter clatter and see like a rat run across the floor, but nothing screaming of imminent doom other than if you keep breathing in these mothballs, you might have to use mouthwash. Otherwise, it's going to just taste like you kiss your grandma on the mouth.
I'm going to need a strong beer after
Do you
this.
not?
Love my grandmother's, but no.
Alright, I'm going to start going north down the hallway. Spear at the ready.
All right, spear at the
Wait,
wedding.
who taught you how to kiss?
My father.
Oh, God.
Tink, tink. So, moving up the hallway, you kind of come to...
You've
like
blocked it
a-
off, he didn't reveal.
Oh, it still didn't reveal that? I'm sorry.
Actually, you closed off more than there was before, I think.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had it on reveal. So,
Uh-huh.
you go further down, it's like a T crossing, but you're at like the top side of the T. So you can either keep going straight or go to the right. And there's a little like cove. If you weren't underground, you could only imagine that this would be a beautiful bay window sitting area, but no windows because it would just be dirt.
Was there anything in that little cove?
There's a couple of like broken pots. There's one that's still intact. But other than that, it just looks like almost like it was a catch-all for a while. But there's
We got a few
like
of those here.
broken clay pots, stuff like that. There is one that is still fully intact. And then, yeah, just the hallways. And these hallways, they're not lit by like fire, but they're glowing like it's almost like a dark room for like old school film photography. So you know, like red, so your eyes actually adjust pretty quickly to this, but it's not like lit by flames or anything like that.
Valerian wants to take the intact clay pot.
Just take it, or do you want to look inside of it?
I guess I should look inside of it, or he should look inside of it before he takes it. But
Okay, give me an investigation check.
19 again.
All right, and give me just a raw luck check.
D20.
D12. 13.
So, as you open it, it just smells sulfuric. It tingles at the eyes. They kind of squint and get watery, but nothing really happens. It kind of like clogs the sinuses, but that's about it. And at the bottom, you see an even smaller vial of liquid. And as you shake it, it either looks like a white liquid, but as you shake it, it starts to turn red and turn almost black as you shake it, but nothing happens from doing that. So,
You find anything over there?
I found some psychedelic potion.
We'll save that for when we get out of here then.
I will stash that in my stash.
Alright. Cass wants to look down the hallway to the right, not necessarily walk, but see how far he can see down it. See to the, yeah. 'Cause that's only like 10 feet revealed there.
yeah. And does Cass have dark vision by any means?
Yep. I'm a dwarf. I got 60 feet of dark vision,
It's 5e, everybody has dark vision.
except humans. Yep, 60 feet.
Okay, so as you look down the hallway, especially with the help of this red glow, it doesn't really expand your vision by any means. But you can see that there's a couple cutaways. One looks like it would just lead you back into that first room, but directly across the hall there looks to be another cutaway, which could be another hallway or another room or anything like that. And then the hallway just keeps going for a little bit further.
And how far to the north does this one go?
With that, let me scroll up. So with that, from there, it opens up and you see down the hallway, and then it looks to open up into a room, and then just at the very edge of the room, you can kind of see where it like narrows back into another hallway.
Anybody got a preference? We can sort of double back, or we can keep going down this hallway here. Though, I don't know. The fact that we haven't run into anything yet bothers me.
Mhm.
We should stay headstrong and continue down this hallway.
All right,
It
so
looks
you
like
want
there may be, like some kind of treasury looking thing. And half elf, I have dark vision, right? Because the half elf.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, you're all either dwarves or elves of some sort. Everyone has dark vision. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's the hallway that you've come down, so you can keep going north throughout this hallway into this opening room, or you can start heading east down the side hallway to kind of bring you back to kind of where you started, and then, obviously there's another room there.
I'm wondering if it doesn't go up north and then cut to the east.
All right. Well, let's keep going north then. I'll keep the defensive formation going here.
Lead the way, Sam.
Luminora is just going to be tailing the back, kind of scoping out as we walk.
Oh, hey, DM, I should ask this earlier, do I still have, I forget his name, the owl?
I don't know, do you?
J. Edgar Hoover?
Yeah.
Because when you went into the house, you didn't really talk much about him being with you. I think you just had him scouting.
I have
last session.
Just, nothing on here is the way I left it, I don't think, except I did have a spell slot gone. So I'm trying to think of what else I would have used a spell slot for, if not Find Familiar.
Well, he was never attacked, so what if you want, what we can say is that you call him to you and he finds his way throughout the house. We'll just say that it's going to take a little bit of time, so he's not here quite yet. He's trying to navigate through the house and stuff like that. Because with your Find Familiar, it's just until he's dead, right? That doesn't have a time limit on it, right?
Correct.
Cool. Yeah, so I think that he was left out scouting last session when we went into the house.
That makes sense, yeah.
But because he is your familiar, call into him. So we'll just say, roll me a d6, and
Yes,
we'll
sir.
just say kind of how many quote unquote turns that takes, because we're not five. So it'll be a little bit before he catches up. I mean, you did have to go through a secret room. Everything's unlocked, but he's still an owl, so
That's fair.
All right.
so now
That's
you're
kind
in
of
this open room here with the hallway going up, continuing to go north there. Oh, I think that just accidentally redarkened stuff. I'm sorry. So are you going to keep going north? Are you going to explore this room? What's going on?
Can I do an investigation check in this room?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
Oh no.
There's
screamy
a
dog
lot
here.
of clay pots around the perimeter, and some of them have stuff in them. That's about all that you can really gather with a 6.
How do I go look in these pots? Okay.
Give me another investigation or perception. These are chamber pots, and it smells like shit. There's
Oh,
just
that's a
liquid.
poor
Nat 20 to find that out.
There is just liquid bile, and it's gross.
Luminora, she's
Sorry to
Opening
waste a
the
Nat
lid
20
to
on
find
that.
out.
There's nothing in this room. As
Opening
you're
the
looking
lid.
around, these are just with that, you also kind of notice that in the cracks, there's grates, and just like the floor isn't fully finished. when these overflow, they just let it overflow and seep into the dirt. This is a nasty ass room.
Oh my god, am I
Bathroom.
standing in it?
Somebody's got a sick hobby of collecting this shit.
Literally.
I say we keep on moving
Yeah.
north.
Onward.
So as you go further north, did I just black that out again?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird because I still have it set to reveal. That's annoying, but whatever. So you get to the end of the hallway. There's a bend in it, and then as you turn to look down, there's a room just 10 feet or so to the side where there's bright red lights glowing on either side, but at the end there seems to be kind of like a shrine room, prayer room, whatever you might think. Stephen, you have to say these things out loud.
I don't think about them until
Stop
it's too late.
texting them to me. Just say them out
The
loud.
joke's like long past by the time I think about it.
So is these like candles and all that lit? Is there like, other than just the red light, is there anything else coming out of the like ritual looking room?
Oh, at the far end, there's a little bit of like a glowing blue light, a glow blue, and then also some like yellow lights from like actively lit candles.
All right. Are these things here in the little alcoves? Like, are they like just stone tables, or are they more?
It's again those things on the side are again kind of like that underground
Just a bump out.
cove, but they're actually illuminating light at this point in time.
All right. Well,
Still, there's like some clay pots on both sides,
Ooh, more shit.
but
I don't suppose either of you guys can detect magic, can you?
No.
Negative.
I thought about adding it for this one too.
I thought you had it actually.
Oh no. No.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Can I have my mage hand. I was wondering maybe I can. I don't know.
Oh well. It's gonna be a trap. It's gonna be a trap.
Can we
Careful.
can we just continue to like the edge of the room so that we're not quite in the room yet?
I'm gonna just keep going, and when I get to like here, I'm also gonna just start taking the dodge action.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stay right here.
And so I'm gonna go up and look at these little blue glowing things.
Okay. Give me
Don't touch it.
I'm not touching. I'm just looking at everything.
yeah. I'm trying to think if I want like an investigation check or an arcana check. Give me either one. Whatever you.
I'll do investigation because I get that extra 1d4 on it, but it's all my intelligence skills are bad. They're bad, okay?
That's bad. Okay.
Yeah. Even with best I could get is an 8, so yeah, it's bad.
They're pretty.
Yeah, this really isn't my area of expertise here.
So is there any kind of like shrine or anything like that in this room? Any kind of other than the blue glowing?
I mean, we're gonna ignore what's actually shown on the map, but there is like an intricate like carving mural mosaic on the floor. Give me a religion check.
Does anybody have
Or
more
a
than
history
+2?
check, actually. Whoever wants to give me a history check.
Does anybody have more than a +2?
No.
No.
6.
I have an arcana.
If you want to give me an arcana check for the glowing blue lights, you can.
Yeah, you could always guidance yourself too, but yeah, I got nothing.
We
These
used
lights
those
are
19s and
these
20s
lights
earlier.
are pretty.
All right, well.
Does
So is there
anyone
anything
want to
el-
give outside of the mural on the floor, or those blue lights, but the stuff that's like on the shrine table?
Yeah, I want to
Give me like an
that.
investigation or a perception check.
Proficiency. Solid 10 for me.
Anyone else want to do another one? I'll let everyone roll for this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm non.
Wow.
Let's go, Dave.
Yeah, I have a +0 to perception.
I had a +2, so
Or investigation.
11, and you did better than anyone.
Yep.
You guys are going to be mad because all you needed was a 10 anyways. But so with a 10 investigation, there's 2 chests on each side of the table, and there's a little shrine, not really a shrine, but like a candelabra with various candles glowing on it that have been lit, wax dripping everywhere. But as you open one of the chests, both chests open simultaneously, like they're linked somehow. I need 2 of you, 1 each, to roll a d6.
Which any 2 or
And any 2, it doesn't matter who, just a straight d6.
I got a 5.
I got a 2.
You got a 2. So as you open these, 1, you would almost recognize it instantly because you're carrying them on your persons. One of the chests has a potion of healing, just standard healing potion. And then the other one has a vial of potion where it's like red, orange, and yellow swirls within this vial, kind of glowing, kind of circulating in on itself, almost like a video game version of a lava lamp, where doesn't quite look like a lava lamp because it can't quite match that motion, but kind of like swirls and stuff like that. Does anyone have I don't know what kind of check I'd want for that. Anyone have any like feats of like potion or medicine, like a medicine check or anything like that?
I'm proficient in alchemist tools.
Give me like an alchemist check then. I don't know if the tools really. Give me a check with that though.
I have a 4 in medicine. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, let's.
You can also roll because nothing's really going on in this room. So.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we can both.
You can both roll. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll allow it.
12. Nice.
So with a 12 and a 13 between the 2 of you, you can gather that it's definitely some sort of magical potion that harnesses the power of flames.
That could come in handy.
Which chest had which in here now?
The one on the left had the healing potion. The other one had the fire vial.
All right. Anybody mind if I'll grab the lava lamp looking one?
Go for it. Can I?
Valerian hands the healing potion to Luminora.
Oh, thank you.
All
I
right.
hope you don't need it, but in case you do.
Well, this place is getting really odd. There's signs of life, but no signs of people. Something's got to be making the skeletons upstairs. I don't think they just would have come out of the moorland. So,
And with that realization, I need everyone to give me a stealth check.
Yay!
This is going to be a group stealth check.
Did I do that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a 10 on a +7.
yeah, I roll stealth at disadvantage. That's a 6.
So as you're gathering these potions from these, you turn around, you knock over a couple candles. That candelabra falls to the ground, just clang, 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 clang. A bunch of the flames go out. You see those blue bulbs on the floor kind of like darken and almost like pulse and flicker, and then they go back to normal.
I think whoever checked this place probably knows we're here now. But
That was. Sorry.
That would have been a good time for Pass Without Trace, huh?
Probably.
I don't have it. I wish that I did.
That healing potion, that was just a normal one, right?
Yeah. All right. So this room seems like it's the end of a corridor. There's no exit ways out. So,
Well, I guess we got to go back down that other hallway then.
all right. So
I
now,
love backtracking.
take a little bit of time. Basically, as you come to this crossroad here from the original room that you were in, and then from that like side hallway that you made your way through, this is about the time that J. Edgar Hoover reunites with you.
I'm gonna say he probably scares the shit out of most of us because he just comes flying in with a little screech.
Which is not the sound an owl makes, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, what the heck kind of owl do you have?
Sounds more like a hawk or something.
it's a screeching owl.
So we're right here then. Okay, yep.
Yeah, you're right here at this kind of like crossroads between this hallway, those two rooms, so you can see a little bit further down the hallway.
Yeah, these look like cages.
I kind of want to inspect the cages. How about you guys?
Yeah, I want to see what was held here.
Or if anything still is.
As you go into the room, anyone who wants to, all three of you can if you want, a perception check.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
With a nat 20 that is
20.
not used on poop buckets. You see what would look like they're all skeletons, or at least in the process of decay, different various stages of decay, from kobolds to like true, like not true humanoids, because kobolds are pretty bipedal humanoids, but you see different types of skeletons and deceased bodies in various forms of decay. Some from that may have only been dead for a couple of weeks and are starting to look very green and bloated and gross, to like full-on skeletons. And there's basically from like the eyes, ears, and mouth, especially the ones that still have some rotted flesh on them, you see this black goopy tar kind of like oozing from their bodies. A couple, with a nat 20 you see so much. Holy shit, because it's a small room. With like the full-on like skeletons, you just see like a pile of sludge like under the skeletal bodies. With the ones that look like they may only be like a couple weeks dead, where like they may still have gross looking eyeballs, like the eyes are just like a grayish black. And then, like corners of the mouth, ears, and eyes, just like sludge dripping out.
Is there any way to like touch it? Should I not touch it?
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I'm very like inclined to touch it, but a very strong part of me feels like I shouldn't. Seeing all these dead bodies with it all over it.
I feel like we've been here.
Do something
in this situation.
This black goop and all that kind of look similar to what's been described to us before, or that was like what, black clouds?
No, it was like a black slime.
Yeah, is this
so to what you were told? You haven't really seen any of it yet, but you can kind of gather from what you were told. Yeah, it's like a black, slimy, like wet mold is kind of what it looks like. Especially the piles that are underneath the skeletons, where the parts that are running down from like the corpses look much more like viscous.
Yeah, I'm gonna, let's see, because I have alchemist, do I have, I don't know if I have anything I could scoop any in. I don't think I have any empty vials on me.
Could dump out the vial that you just found.
Yeah, I like the pretty colors.
Fair.
And you guys got anything to get a sample of this? I prefer not to just pick it up.
I'm checking. What is a tinder box?
That's for starting fires.
Oh, okay.
Matchsticks.
It's like light dried wood that you can use with your flint and stuff to light.
I mean, I could pour
What
out.
color is this again? Black.
Yeah.
Mhm. I could maybe pour out the regular. I have 2 greater healing potions still, and then I just got that 1 normal healing potion. Maybe I could pour that out.
No.
Or if anyone needs any healing at this point in time, because you only had a short rest. Not to like encourage you what to do with it, but if someone needs it, you could give it to them and then use that vial.
Yeah, that's actually a question I do have. My HP, it was at 18, but then once we leveled up, me up, it went to full.
All right, so you
Bring it back
you
down
sh-
to 18.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you could have spent some hit dice to heal during the short rest.
Or you can use said healing
Well,
potion.
but she would have had to done that like prior. Like,
Right.
Well,
But at this point in time, now you could use that healing potion.
Well, I guess I could do that. What are you guys at for your HP?
Full.
I'm at about 75%.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go into numbers because I think my 75% is probably on par with you guys full.
Okay, so maybe I'll take the normal healing potion and then I can give the vial to you, and then you could use that vial to take a little sample.
Yeah, I'm probably best off to touch the stuff in case, or if I accidentally get it on me, I'm a little hardier against stuff like diseases and poisons.
And one thing that I didn't mention, but I've come across it in a couple other like playthroughs that I've listened to, is that when it comes to like healing potions and stuff like that, if you want to take a healing potion for your full action, meaning that you can't do anything else other than like bonus actions or moving, we're gonna let it be the full capability. Or if you want to use it as a bonus action, like giving someone a potion or handing it to them or whatever, then you'll actually roll for it. It's something that NADPOD does.
Yeah, I like it too. I mean, basically the idea is if you take your time drinking it, you make sure you get it all, every drop it all in there, and you're not versus just like quick toss it back and throw it away.
Right.
So if you take your time and take 6 seconds to down it, then you would get the full 10 hit points healed.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I do that?
Yes.
Does that sound good to you guys? Okay.
That's why I brought it up, because I forgot to mention that before we started recording. This is a new podcast for the people listening, so we're constantly kind of making adjustments. It's the first time I've ran a campaign, so things will change until we find a groove and I don't suck as much.
Yeah, it's my first time playing a campaign too, so.
Two claps and a Ric Flair.
Woo.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so-
you can go ahead and add
10.
Isn't I thought it was 2d6?
It's 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
So 10.
That's where that 10 came from. Dope.
So Luminora drinks the healing potion. She hands the empty vial with the cork over to Cass.
All right. Somebody somewhere is going to want to study this stuff. And so I'm going to try to gather a sample without touching as best I can.
And since you are kind of taking your time, because obviously Luminora took her time to drink the potion, doesn't seem like you're in a desperate rush for it. Give me like an alchemist tools check, but with advantage.
Thank God for advantage.
So with a 15, as you're kind of scraping, whether it's from a piece of stone or from like an edge of a blade or whatever it is that you're using to scrape into this vial, as you start to like poke and prod it with either stone, or would you think that you're using like a dagger or your tools or just like a little bit of rock? What do you think you're using?
I'm probably trying to use like some kind of stone, loose piece of stone, or maybe even like a broken piece of pottery or something.
Okay. Give me a survival check. With advantage still, just because you are taking your time.
That's 19.
Perfect. So with the 19, as you start to poke and prod at this, you notice that it kind of reacts. Like something pokes into it and it almost like tries to latch onto the stone, but you're scraping it into the vial, all of that, and then you cork it, all good to go. So you have a little vial of this black sludge to add to your inventory.
Well, that's not creepy at all. I think this shit's moving.
Oh, cool. We got a symbiote.
All right, if it's venom, dibs. If it's carnage, you can have it.
Ooh. That's all you, Luminora.
All right, let's keep going down and see what's over here down the rest of this hallway to the east.
All right. So as you move down this hallway, you come to like an archway, and there's a few stairs up, like 3 or 4 stairs up, and then it's just a big open room with casks, little bonfires, glowing red, like artificial flames spread throughout just to light the room. It's a couple different layers, kind of in the middle, like directly to your left as you would come into the room, but you would have to go down some stairs and kind of loop around. There is a lift, like right there to the left. So as you guys come in here, you'll see that there's kind of a walkway all the way around with some stairs at the far end. You know, there's some chests along the way, some small staircases just built up, and then there's like oak casks. You don't know if they're full, you don't know if they're empty, you don't know what's in them, but the room is empty. But everyone give me another stealth check, and we'll start with the stealth check. We'll do a group stealth check.
Another 10 for me.
That's totally fine. 2 out of 3 had a 10 or higher. So as you enter the room, it is very much abandoned. It's quiet. Now everyone give me a perception check as well.
Oof.
17.
19.
So with Valerian having, a 17, you hear what seems to be emanating from that lift shaft that goes even deeper into the ground. You hear some clanging, the sound of rocks breaking, and the sound of rushing water, all going on down there. And then Cass, with a 19, you notice that both the artificial flame and then the flames that look very real, there's no sound coming from them. There's no crackling of fire or wood or anything like that. This must be some sort of magic or arcane energy that's creating these flames. There's no crackle. There's no nothing.
Cold fire.
What do you guys do in this situation?
You said there were some open casks?
All the casks seem to be sealed, but there's casks surrounding the middle layer, which is just 3-4 feet down from the level that you guys came in on, and then there's even further down, probably another 5 feet or so, there's rows upon rows.
Can Valerian's gonna want to go check out one of those casks, see what this is all about. Maybe it's just some aged wine or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious to see what's in them.
Are you wanting
potions?
to?
I don't
Are you
know.
wanting to pop one of the corks out of it, or are you just wanting to
Yeah, I'll probably
roll it back and forth to see what you hear? Are you looking to just investigate by popping a cork? Are you trying to do anything you can to perceive what might be in it by rolling it back and forth a little bit?
I suppose the smart thing would be to not open it until I get a gauge of what's in it. So yeah, probably just knock on it a little bit, do the dad thing with the watermelons, and just
Cool. Give me a perception check.
it's a solid 5.
There's something inside.
Can Luminora go over with him and kind of start rolling one, very gently,
Absolutely.
right next to him there?
Yeah.
The thing that's inside is probably liquid, based on your 9.
All right, Valerian's just popping one of these bitches open.
Give me a luck check. Just roll me a straight d20.
17.
You open it, and you get like a whiff of salt and sulfur with a 17.
Does anything come out of it?
Nope, nothing comes out of it.
What color is the liquid inside?
Do you have a way of shining any sort of light into it? Because it's just like a cork hole.
Is this cask on its side or is it upright?
You know what? Just because there's a wide variety of casks in this room, you tell me, did you go to one that was standing up or one that was like long ways?
I was thinking long ways.
Okay, so like you would have to roll it to move it anywhere instead of kind of like
Yeah,
Like
shimmy
it's on
it.
its side.
walking it.
Yeah.
I got a bad feeling here.
There's also a couple of
Nervous.
chests throughout the room. There's like a little table at the far end. I'm assuming that from where you guys came in, because you kind of had to walk around to get to the nearest set of stairs. You're either on this side or on this side from those first set of stairs. Unless you just hop down, because it's not very far down. It's 3 or 4 feet. So
Yeah, Cass would have just jumped down to the first level.
Hey, how big does Mage Hand have to be?
Mage Hand can lift like up to like 5 or 10 pounds, I think.
yeah.
Or how,
So
how
you
small
wouldn't you
can
wouldn't
it
be able to move any of these casks with
No,
it.
no, but like how small could it be? Like, does it have to be a big hand?
You could be a little like, take my strong hand. You know, like
Like enough to kind of like, do some contortionisty stuff to fit into the cork hole?
But you're not going to be able to see what it touches, and it's
No, but maybe like scoop a little bit, pull it out.
oh, okay. I see what you're trying to do. Oh, with that, to make this work right, the DC is going to be high. Let's keep it simple. Give me a perception check, but a DC 18.
I don't have confidence. Perception. Nat20! DM, that is a natural 20.
Fucking shit.
Natty Natty.
I could sing this song.
Didn't want to expose this quite yet. So on top of that, give me a survival check. DC 15.
Wow. Can my owl give me the help action?
Is your owl helping you cast Mage Hand? No.
Yes.
No.
13.
So your Mage Hand, it kind of like maneuvers its way through the cork hole. You hear it sloshing around, pulling stuff out. And as it tries to squeeze out, you see it sizzle and dissipate. But at the same time, you see a little bit of black sludge spill out through the cork hole and start to drip down the box with a little bit of sizzle and just a smell of mothballs and sulfur.
That's enough of this. Cass is just going to pick up that keg and throw it over the side.
To where?
Down below, where the lower levels.
Well,
Like down the shaft or down the center?
down
area?
below is only like 6 feet, and the lift is all the way up. So there's not like you can't just like yeet it down the shaft.
I just want to throw it away from us.
Oh, okay. So
Get it gone.
Cass picks it up with his strength, throws it over the ledge just to get it away from you guys. It hits the ground, it shatters, crumples, wood splinters go everywhere. You see black sludge with a little bit of yellow swirl through it. The yellow quickly dissipates as the sludge seeps into the cracks of the stone, and you just get that same mothball sulfur smell. Also, give me a stealth check, Cass, since you're the one that threw it.
Yeah, that'll go well.
Well, you already roll with disadvantage, so with a 6. Okay, cool.
He wasn't trying to be stealthy. It was just, that shit's nasty. Get
Well,
away
either
from
way,
it.
it was going to be a disadvantage because you just picked up a barrel and tossed it.
I'm not subtle.
So does anyone want to give me like an investigation check, a perception check? Do you want to look like on the like random side desks in a couple of the chests that are there, or there's still the lift that drops even further?
Yeah, I kind of want to check out the tabletop you mentioned and a chest.
You guys look around. I'm going to keep an eye on this lift to make sure nothing comes up.
What's up, everyone? Are you like me and my friends, where your food tends to be lacking just a little something extra? If you are, look no further than Crybaby Craig's hot sauce to fix all of your seasoning and spice needs. From adding a little bit of heat or just enhancing the flavor, this pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce will go on practically anything. Started by Craig himself in Minnesota, this sauce has become the staple of sauces and flavor enhancers across the lands for many, many moons. If you don't believe me, check out crybabycraigs.com and order yours today to, well, quite frankly, better your life, or at least your taste buds. But be sure to let them know we sent you and enjoy the best damn hot sauce there is. Again, that's crybabycraigs.com, and let them know that we sent you. So then,
we'll probably check out a chest or two.
Well, you guys do that. While you're investigating, like the tabletop, and Valerian's checking out a chest, both of you give me an investigation check.
7.
An 11. So with a 7, you open up a box. There's really nothing in there. Like, you look in it, there's just like dust. There might be like a spider that's like, leave me alone, and like scrambles off. With an 11 Schaloan on the desk, because it's kind of like sitting out there, you do find a vial, and roll a d6 for me.
A 4.
With a 4. As you look at it a little bit further, you realize that this is another just standard healing potion.
Cool. Sweet.
All right. That's kind of like the mid-level. As you go back, if you go back down a little bit further to kind of meet with Cass as he's like scoping out, making sure nothing comes up that lift, you do find one more like workbench over here in the corner with another chest on it. Do you guys want to check that out, or do you want to explore that lift? Or, I mean,
maybe let's check it out.
Let's be honest, those the only ways to get back up those stairs. So
yeah, check that out, and then I want to go down this lift to figure out who's making this nasty stuff.
I agree.
All right, so
I'll check the table again.
2 more people. I need 2 more investigation checks, and let's do both of these with advantage, just because they're right next to each other.
Nat20.
How do I do investigation with the?
It's gonna automatically roll with advantage. You just take the higher of the 2 numbers.
Oh, okay. 11.
All right. So, with a Nat 20,
Yeah.
you find a healing potion, a greater healing potion, sorry, and you find a second vial. So give me a d6. And Schaloan, if you want, you can give him the help action, so it's with advantage. Or you can roll a d6 for yourself to see what you find. I'll let you choose.
I'll give him the help action.
That is so kind of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I should just roll 2d6.
Yeah, and take the higher.
Yeah.
3.
So with a 3. All right, and then Schaloan, give me a d6 as well.
Yeah.
And a 2. So, with Valerian, one is definitely a potion of greater healing, and then there looks to be another regular healing potion with it. And then Luminora, with yours, it's another potion that looks very similar to that lava lampy red, orange, yellow, constantly mixing potion that Caster found.
The nickname for this potion is officially Lava Lamp.
You're going to be mad when you find out what it actually is, because Lava Lamp is so much cooler. Okay, so...
Alright. We get ready to go down this lift, figure out what the heck's going on in this place, because we still haven't figured out where the heck the smoke's coming from that we saw outside.
Yes. Yeah, so it looks like they're making this stuff too, so I wonder if more of their factory is down this lift or something, so...
Well, judging from what we saw in those cages, I don't like what it's being made from.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you guys hop on that lift.
Yep.
You start making your way down. It's a slow little deal.
So does like one of us have to be turning like a wheel or something to get down?
It's kind of got like its own crank within, but it's not like it's a heavy crank or anything like that. Like there's enough pulleys and systems in place to where just like a basic arm crank can bring you up or down with a decent amount of weight. So as you make your way down, you come to the bottom here. And then, so you find yourselves kind of right about here. What's really interesting is, again, you don't hear any crackling of flames. There's no like radiation of heat from these couple of fires right at the entrance to this cavern. But what you might notice, and I'm not even going to make you roll for it, because if you missed this, you would just have to be dumb. Like just straight up dumb.
Don't tempt us.
There's moss and grass growing at like the base of it. You know, you can kind of see it here and here. You know, but you're so far underground. You know, there's all of that there. And then you come out into this room, you step off the lift, and boom. And I need you to roll for initiative.
Damn.
Probably want to put our tokens on the map then.
Yeah, or just roll something and then I'll just add it. So, you come off the lift, and as you step out, you see a handful of kobolds. They're carrying like buckets of this sludge. Basically, some of it looks like it's coming from like barrels that are already down there, or they're collecting it directly from the rock wall, bringing it over to the river there on the right side of the map, and dumping it directly into the water. Towards the back, it almost looks like a shrine of this giant stone statue that looks like too tall to be a dwarf, but like a dwarven warrior. Just shrouded in armor, but, you know, a big beard sticking out from underneath. And then also you see a couple of dwargers with glazed over eyes, just like a dark gray haze across their eyes. And they're just kind of standing, almost keeping patrol of the statue, but also occasionally, like as you come down the lift, before they realize that you're there, the dwargers at least are barking out commands to the kobolds to like keep moving, get to work, things like that. So from there, it is Luminora's turn. You go first. Cass, what did you roll? I don't see you on here. You had a 6.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom.
Okay.
Wait, so these guys seem like they're slaves, but do we?
The two right in front of you are waiting for you. Like they heard you rummaging around up top. They heard, I don't know, like a barrel getting yeeted off of the side of a wall into a lower platform, or like a candelabra falling, things like that. They heard that someone was up there that shouldn't have been up there, so they've kind of been on guard. They didn't know to expect you, but they're ready in case someone came down.
I feel like I shouldn't kill them.
Well, you have other options, I guess.
That's your choice, but if they come for us, I'm not gonna hold back.
As soon as the lift gets down, I was out of initiative order here, but as soon as the lift gets down, Valerian just kind of like looks around and assesses a little bit of the situation. And mask that was resting in the how this works. He's got like a little string attached to it to keep it on, kind of like a party mask, I guess. But he takes it from the top of his head and just kind of like slowly puts it down, takes a deep breath. That's what he does. Sorry.
And if Luminora doesn't want to attack, I mean, she can like ready an action or take the dodge action so she can move if they try to attack. Like you don't have to strike first just because you go first.
Can I ready chill touch or my scimitar? I mean, I don't know. It seems like they're slaves or something. Like they shouldn't be there, or they don't want to be there. So it's kind of like killing the innocents,
Neither do we.
Does anyone speak Draconic?
I think I do.
Might actually.
I do.
You do speak Draconic?
Is that what they? I do. Is that what they speak? Can I speak to them?
Well, you could speak to them, but that's also what the kobolds are just going to be naturally speaking. So do you want to listen, try and hear what they're talking about, or do you want to talk to them?
Hear what they're talking about.
They're basically, you just hear like the kobolds talking to themselves of like, oh, gotta get to this. Don't want to make the boss mad. As they're dumping stuff, and then the two that are like waiting, they're like, do you even think that someone's coming down? Oh my god, who is that? What is this? You don't work here. You're not from the boss. And then they ready swords.
Okay, I'll chill touch them. The one on the right of me.
Okay.
Northeast of Luminora. She will chill touch him. Or wait, do I get 2 strikes with chill touch? Just one? Okay.
Just one.
Did I do that right? No, I did not.
Should be. Yeah, there we
Did
go.
that? Okay.
A 19's gonna hit. So go ahead and click again where it says chill touch in the chat to roll for damage.
Okay.
So for 5. How does this poor bastard die?
So what would you guys say chill touch should look like?
It's
Or
like
does-
What does
How
it
does
look
it-
like to you?
Yeah, what's your vision of it?
I mean, take into your background, who Luminora is, but what does the chill touch hand look like as it goes to attack?
I guess just... Oh, honestly, what it says, pure white, ghostly, just kind of like launches and like slowly just like reaches, and then from that comes like if it's allowed, like kind of like a purple mist at the center of the touch, and then just drops, just dead.
I mean, that's definitely allowed. It's your cantrip.
Okay, cool.
So, as you shoot this ghostly white hand out, it just into the forehead of the kobold, this purple mist, and then it just drops. just
Exactly.
slumps over just into a pile of lifelessness.
Maybe like can a mushroom like from where the hand touched? Can a mushroom just kind of like sprout
Out of
from
its forehead?
that impact? Yep.
Absolutely. So that first one drops, and now all the other kobolds, I mean, the first one that was already waiting is like, it's go time. Gotta make the boss happy. And runs up. We're gonna just kind of move them all at once. As some of these kobolds just start kind of running up, getting as close as they can. They really don't have any sort. Well, they do have some range attack, but the first one right on Cass, just because.
Well, as he gets in, you know how I've been resting the
You've
spear,
been readying.
resting the spear tip on there. As soon as he gets in, I use from my new feat that I took at level 4, reactionary strike, and jab the spear out towards him.
Make your attack roll.
That is an 18 to hit.
It definitely hits. Roll for damage.
That is 10 damage.
What happened? Explain this poor motherfucker's death.
I just put the spear tip right through his eye socket, and it just comes right out the back of his head. And then I just pull back and withdraw, and just keep my defensive stance ready to go. There might be an eyeball still on the tip of the spear, but the body's got a nice clean hole right through the back of it.
Fantastic. Okay, so all the other kobolds, they're too far away to really do anything, but they are still, just because they're in protection mode, they are going to all throw their slings, basically one at each person. But they are outside of the main range, so it's all going to be at disadvantage. So the first one closest to the little stream is going to throw its sling at Luminora. Definitely at disadvantage, so a 6 definitely wouldn't hit. The second one is going to aim for Valerian in the middle. A 13, I'm assuming, definitely misses. And then 5 would definitely miss. And then the fourth one left standing is, just because the cleanest shot is going to be at Cass, but still at disadvantage, a 12. So they all just, you start hearing rocks ping around you, just clink, clink, tink, 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 like nothing. You just see rocks flying past you as they're trying their darndest. But nothing's really happening. The two dwargers that have those glazed over dark gray cloudy eyes, they're just gonna move up a little bit towards the front of like the stage, podium, altar, whatever you want to call it, that has the statue. But they're just going to stop there, and they are going to just ready their javelins, and that's what they're gonna do for there. So then that is now to Valerian.
All right. Sorry, I'm in the middle of looking at something. Okay.
Good chow.
Sorry. Okay. All right. After he sees these two guys drop in front of him, notice that all these other kobolds and how do you say that? Durgar?
Dwarger?
Dwarf.
That's how I've heard it, is Dwarger.
Gotcha. After he notices the kobolds and Dwarger coming our way, it's gonna shimmy over to kind of like the right a bit more. Just getting a little bit closer to these guys, but not quite crossing that little stream. And then he's going to pop a crossbow shot at whichever one of these guys is closest for 16 to hit.
16 to hit. It hits, so roll for damage.
It's a 9 damage, Mr. DM.
How does this one die?
Very simply, like Valerian, he walks over. Like, he's not even running. He just kind of like briskly walks over, and then just single-handedly just points his crossbow at this guy. Lets one go, and as the kobold's walking towards him, it just kind of sluck right into his face, and just crumples to his knees, and then falls flat on his face, which pushes the crossbow bolt like further into him.
Just
so you just see like the tip of this
face
crossbow
plants
bolt
onto the
sticking
back
out
of the bolt, and you just see it push further out the back of its skull.
Just the tip is showing now.
It's a fun game. Just the tip. Sorry. Sorry, Mom. All right. Anything else that you want to do? Anything that Jagger can do, or?
I think we're gonna leave him alone for now. So he's just kind of right with me at the moment.
Okay.
I was gonna say, you do have your other ability from your new feat.
Crossbow expert?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all it says
Gives
is
you
crossbow
a
expert.
second shot, right?
As a bonus action, you can take a second shot.
Oh, sweet. It gives me information for all of my other feats, but not crossbow expert.
What's the range on your crossbow?
It's 30, and then I think anything after 30 is long range, I think.
Yeah, it's 3120.
Gotcha. So maybe we'll scoot up just a little bit, so we're a bit closer to the next guy.
With that, there are those spike things. So even though it's within 30 feet...
Are those things really tall?
They're taller than you, so you'd have to... It would be at disadvantage to either like try and shoot through the gap or around. Because what's your range of motion? 30 feet, or is it 35?
Mine is 30.
Okay. Because from there, obviously, the first one that you attacked. So the two closest ones are both within decent range, but both of them will be at disadvantage for the second one. But if you really wanted to, Jagger could give you the help action, could he not?
Mm-hmm.
So then it would just be a straight roll. So, whatever the first roll is.
I like. See how he'll give me the helpy on my next crossbow shot.
Either way, you would have hit, but
24 or 17.
Yeah, roll for damage for the second one. I'm assuming that we're going for the other one that was kind of at the base of the stairs.
Yeah, kind of like the centermost one, I guess.
Cool. Yeah, so with that one, how does that one drop? These kobolds have like nothing for hit points. They're minions basically at this point in time.
I'm gonna say that the bolt of this one just kind of hit the neck, and it just went right through the neck. So I mean, he drops his sword or his spear, or whatever he's carrying. He's just kind of like clawing at his neck, trying to get some oxygen in. It's a slow and painful one for this guy. He also drops to his knees, just unable to get any air, and also choking on his own blood.
Cool. And since Schaloan is the only one that speaks Draconic in the party, what do you hear this kobold scream out as it's bleeding to death and choking on its own blood? No? Okay.
No, what, shoot. Steven, what's that scream that you say? It's used in like so many movies.
Wilhelm scream?
Oh. That's what I hear.
Oh! Ooh, that's public domain. That's getting added in. Fantastic.
Total side note, but
I guess it didn't need me to like speak the language because we all heard that, but I think that's appropriate.
Oh, I'm totally on board with that one. So then, Cass, that's now to you.
All right. Seeing that Valerian has cleared everything up straight ahead, But also noticing the guys coming in from his left flank, Cass is going to advance over to this side and kind of protect the left side here from any coming over here and choke the bridge. And since I don't have a ranged weapon or ability, I will just ready to...
Oh, you had javelins.
I do. But, I mean, I'd have to throw, and I don't even know. Their range is like only 20 feet.
Oh, that's fair.
So I'm just going to take the dodge action and ready to spear back on top of the shield.
Fantastic. So then that comes back to Luminora then. I think you might be muted.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my 30 feet of movement. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move over to Valerian here, kind of behind him for my range, and how do you say these guys again? Durgar?
Dwarger.
Durgar? Okay.
Again, that's just how I've heard it said. I could be very wrong. Dwargar. Ambargar.
Wait, that range is only... Shoot. Okay, that's 30 feet. Dang it. Can I take back my movement? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
This is really only just for like a visual. You know, it's not actually... It's more to help you than it is... Oh, you move there,
Okay.
you can't move back, you know, whatever.
Okay. Let me just make sure this plan is gonna work. Oh, it does. Okay, I'm gonna move right by Cass here, behind him. And this, kobold that's up on the cliff here. I think I'm going to Thorn Whip him. And try and pull him off of those cliffs. Yeah. Yep, that's what I want to do. I want to try to do that.
Okay.
I've just been so excited to use this thing.
You use your thorn whip?
Yeah. Really, I have been.
Right. So as you run up behind Cass, because you're Nat20! Holy shit!
Yeet. Does he go yeet? Tell me he goes yeet.
With a Nat20, he definitely goes yeet. Which direction are you trying to whip him? Are you trying to whip him towards you or off the cliff?
Off the cliff.
Okay, roll me just a luck, just a pure luck roll. So just roll me a d20.
No.
10 or higher, he goes the way you want it to. If not, he just takes normal damage and is... Okay. Still roll for damage, though, as you yeet him... Oh. How does he die as you just throw a limp body off of some rocks into a spiky stream?
Okay.
Describe this. Paint me a word picture.
Oh, there's so many options.
Yeet?
Okay, I want him to go downstream. He's gonna go downstream just a little, as he's falling in. But thank to goodness he doesn't get pierced by one of those spikes. But as he's going downstream, Luminora just kind of like looks at him, does like a little, of the hand gesture, like a finger wave with a smile, whatever. But as he's going down with the current, he gets impaled by a spike. So now his lifeless body is just there.
The last thing you hear coming from him, because you're the only one that speaks Draconic, you just hear, "Father, help!" as he just gets impaled into these spikes. All right, and that goes... There's one kobold left. He's not having a good day. So he's just going to run up next to his fallen brethren. No, he's not. He's going to... Oh. He's going to run up to the edge there. And then he's going to throw his sling, because he can't get close enough to hit, but he just watched you rip his literal cousin. Like, their moms are sisters. Like, this is personal for him. He just watched you thorn whip this dude into a river to get spiked, but he was dead before he got spiked. This dude's mad. So he's going to try and throw a rock sling at Luminora. And misses. It hits the rocks in front of you and bounces over, and he just... He's not having a good day. And then let's go with that. So one of the Dwargers, they have a range of 25, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. One of the Dwargers is just going to keep readying an action with their javelin. The other one is going to try and throw one at Valerian because he just two-shot, two-killed some of the other people down here. But it is at disadvantage, and either way, a 7 misses. So you just see a stick fly past you, Valerian, sticks into the ground behind you. You might look back at it, or you, in true Star Wars Clone Wars with Anakin, just casually dodges, a blast coming right past your head. And then with that, it is now Valerian's turn.
I'd like to do something.
What do you want to do?
Something stupid. How far away is the stick?
The stick?
Yeah.
What's your AC? We'll see how badly he missed based on your AC.
15.
5 feet.
These are the dudes with the glazed over eyes, right?
Yes.
I shouldn't. I was going to pick up the javelin and throw it right back, but I don't really want to kill these guys.
If you want to give me a... Oh, you don't want to kill them? I was going to say, if you want to give me like an athletics or an acrobatics, it's going to be high in AC, but...
Fuck it, I'm going to do it. He Valerian dodges that javelin with some brisk ease, and then just kind of looks back at it, looks back at the Dwarger, and then just like casually walks back, picks up the javelin, and throws it right back at him. Or probably walks up a few feet, and then probably how far away is this guy? He's 25 feet. What's the range on a javelin?
20, 60. So
he walks up like 5 feet.
I have 3120 written down for them. But if you're not familiar with javelins...
Well, that'd be a question. Are you proficient with martial weapons? Or is javelin simple? I can't remember.
No, I just have simple weapons.
Well, let me see what kind of weapon a javelin is. It is a martial range weapon, actually.
So what is it, 20?
Wait, why am I not seeing it here? Oh, because they have it listed as a hand weapon. It's a simple melee weapon, so yeah, you could throw it, and it's 3120. I was thinking, I think I had spear in my mind, Chad, because that's like 20-something, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 3120 for the javelin.
Cool.
So what's your
J. Edgar's gonna fly over. He probably flew over while I was grabbing the javelin. He's gonna give me advantage on this. So I'm going to launch the javelin. What is that? Would you say that was athletics?
30?
It's
if you wanted to try and catch it and whip it back, but...
Catch it? Okay. Fuck it, I'll do an acrobatics check to see if I can catch this javelin.
If you fail, then you can't throw it back and you just have to shoot him with your crossbow. Just letting you know. And it's a high AC. We're going to say an 18.
I have a +5. Alright, yeah. Alright, retract everything I just said there.
You're going to try and catch it.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So as this Dwerger throws his javelin at me. I can see it coming at me from a mile away. And I
Miss.
try to catch it, but fail spectacularly. Like, it almost pierces my hand as I try to catch it.
Rips a hole in the cape.
But he takes it in stride, just acting like he was not trying to catch it. He still sends J. Edgar down over there to distract this guy to give Valerian advantage. So then with his other hand, he just pulls out his hand crossbow and fires a shot for 22.
Oh, because the advantage. Yep. So roll for damage.
Plus, that would be 9 plus
Sneak attack.
7.
So 16.
Yes.
So he throws the javelin. You pretend like, well, you try to catch it, but you play it off like you're pretending. Miss it. As you spin back around, Jagger Hoover's already flying back towards him. You pull out your crossbow. One bolt straight to its chest. It takes a step, grunts out, just "Rah!" And it takes 16 points of damage. It's looking hurt, but it still has life in him. And then with that, we're going to go over to Cass.
Well, he'll take his
Oh, right.
second attack, actually. Second crossbow.
That's right. This crossbow expert.
But I don't get sneak attack on the second one, correct?
Correct. And you don't get advantage.
Gotcha.
But
Don't
still,
need it because I got a 22 again.
but 22 still hits, so roll for damage on that one. So he stumbles back after the first bolt, takes a second, gathers himself, stands up, only to get with a second one straight to the gut. Drops down to one knee, slowly starts to stand up, just grunting in pain.
And
Dude is looking real hurt.
Mr. J. Edgar is going to use his flyby thing and get at least a little bit closer to me. I forget what his speed is, but I'm assuming it's at least 35.
60 feet in the air.
Oh. Yeah, so he can get all the way back to me.
Yeah.
He just perches himself on my shoulder.
Ooh.
Valerian gives him a little, peck kiss.
Just, ooh. Kiss it. And that's down to you, Cass.
Alright. I still see we got the kobold threw a rocket, Luminora, another glassy-eyed, distant cousin of Cass's over there. So I'm just going to advance up to here because that's all I can do, really. And then I'm just going to... I'll ready the dodge again and just be ready for when one of these guys comes running up to me.
Right. So from there, as Cass is runs across this little footbridge, kind of in between two different spiked fences, gets into a defensive position, readies himself in case anyone gets closer, really playing a very aggressive defense to ready the way for Luminora to do what she needs to do next. And that's...
Oh, okay. Sorry, just looking at my stuff here.
Don't worry, I won't let them pass me.
You need to throw me. Just kidding. No, Cass is tall for a dwarf.
Well, yeah, but still, tall for a dwarf is like 4'10".
Oh, you said he was like 5 feet tall.
Yeah, he's just under 5 feet tall.
Oh, just under.
Yeah, like the tallest of tall dwarves are like 5 feet. Yeah, so he's on the very high end of.
He's like, a toque. Could ride a full-size horse if he wanted to.
Ooh, love it.
Okay. I'm going to chill touch this Durger to the west of me here. Moved up past these pikes.
Okay.
So I will chill touch that guy. It's 13 to hit.
So still the white glowy hand reaches out. Still looks the same as the last time. Just the white ghostly hand. As it flies towards the Dwarger, he just kind of like leans slightly to the side and misses.
Damn.
Anything else you want to do with like a bonus action or anything like that?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Unless, well, the only bonus action, at least to my knowledge, that I have that I can use is Healing Word. So unless I use that on Cass, there's nothing.
Don't you have Halo of Spores or anything like that?
Yeah, that's a reaction if someone gets close to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be within 10 feet of you before you can use Halo Spores.
Love it.
Okay, so now it is the kobold's turn.
Mm-hmm.
See, the only thing is, with the one remaining kobold, for him to get to Cass, he's gonna kind of have to like sidestep around the fence because it goes right up to the stream. So I'm going to do some sort of athletics to get around it, because otherwise he might not be able to make it all the way around.
Or acrobatics.
And that comes down to... Is that dexterity or strength?
Acrobatics is dex, athletics is strength.
Okay, well, we're gonna go with that. Fucking fails. And just kind of like drifts. So the best that he can get to, I'm gonna say, is falls into the stream, gets carried away a little bit, can't make his full movement, can't get quite up next to Cass. So he falls into the water, just gets swept away a little bit, takes him a minute to get up. So then, because now he's at a little bit of a range, he's actually going to throw a sling at Luminora, because Cass really hasn't been causing as much damage. He's playing more defense, and he's seen Luminora run throughout this and just fuck shit up. But that's a 21 to hit for 5.
That's it.
So that's 5 damage to Luminora. And then now from there it goes to the Dwargers. One's going to run... They're both going to run up. One is going to come within Cass's melee, and I know that you have an action readied, so why don't you go ahead and roll for your javelin, or spear, sorry.
Yeah, well, I have my retaliatory strike. I took the dodge action, so...
Right.
But I still get my retaliatory from the Polearm Master.
Can I use...
That is a 24 to hit.
24 hits, roll the damage for that first Dwarger. And then, yes, Schaloan, you can use your Halo of Spores on that. So that's for 7.
7 piercing.
He runs up, just starts to round the corner of that, like, spike fence. He knew that you were there, but didn't quite realize how prepared you were. Runs around and just gets... just stabbed right in the side.
I'm a one-man phalanx.
Give me a perception check. Now that you're super close on the Dwargers, and made direct melee contact.
That is a 15, Cotton.
You sure do like pumpkins. So as you jab him, what you notice is, even though you stab him, kind of like in the side as he's rounding the corner, his eyes, because they're like glossy, dark gray, they get darker with the pierce attack, and a little bit of black sludge starts to run from the corner.
But I'm not sure these things are still alive anymore.
And then Luminora, because the other one ran up to you. Do you want to use your reaction for your halo of spores?
Yeah, and wouldn't it be for both of them because it's within 10 feet?
You can only use
Wait.
your reaction once. So you can only target one of them.
I moved them at the same time, but yeah, it would only be on one of them. Now, if they don't move on your next turn, you could technically hit both of them, I believe.
It's a reaction, so it's a one target.
It's one target per turn. Okay. And that's a con save for them, correct? Or is it a
Yes.
dex save? Okay.
Yeah,
Do I have to beat a 13? Is that what your constitution saving, like your spell save is? I can check really quickly too.
14.
yeah, I just saw this too.
Ooh, it just went up, so it's a 14.
Yeah, because of her increased wisdom.
Okay, so I have to. Well, he rolled a 5 either way, and I believe that last session we said that it just does the max.
4 necrotic.
Yeah, Halo of Spores. It is
It's 1d4.
1d4 for each level that you are, right?
No, it's just 1d4.
Yeah, until level 6.
Yeah.
So then they just take the 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So then that one in front of me would be gone.
What does this look like as it runs up trying to attack and then dies immediately? It only had 4 hit points left, so it killed him.
I guess because the Halo of Spores is invisible. Runs until it hits the wall, and then, the momentum, just running, and then, well, bam, right on its face, right in front of my feet.
Fantastic.
And of course, it kind of slides a little bit, too.
It slides and stops between you and Cass, just face down. A little bit of blue and purple luminescent mushrooms just start to sprout out of the back of its head as it just goes down. But the other one that just got stabbed as it rounded the corner from Cass is going to react to Cass, and it is going to swing. It's just its normal sized war pick for a whopping 9. So it gets stabbed, kind of reacts haphazardly, swings the war pick around, hits the fence. A little bit of wood splinters around you, but nothing that's going to affect you happens. And then from there, now we're going to go down to Valerian.
All right. Valerian is going to take a few more. He's going to take a few more steps to get around towards the side of this Dweger guy. Dwarger. A side note: since he is currently engaged, that gives me advantage.
No.
What was it?
It would generate sneak attack damage, but not advantage.
Gotcha. Okay, resume. J. Edgar is gonna fly over. To he's gonna flank. How do I put this? He's gonna be on the opposite side of wherever Cass is from this Dwarger guy. And he's gonna just peck at his bald head and flap his wings violently to distract him.
Because then that does give you advantage if he's doing the distract.
Yeah, that gives me the advantage. So I would do sneak attack damage either way, yes, but
Him
with distracting, they get
Jagger distracting gives you the advantage.
correct.
Cool.
I can find my.
I should know this by now.
A 23 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll for damage.
That's for 7 piercing plus an additional 9.
Yeah, so you
11.
hop across this footbridge. Jagger goes flying off, pecking, flapping like crazy, just to kind of throw the Dwarger off. And you hit him with this crossbolt. This one goes into its shoulder. Again, the eyes quickly flash darker, and the sludge from its eye starts to drip heavier. And then your second attack is not at advantage, correct? Or does
Correct. So it's just a 10.
The distract doesn't go through both?
No, it's just the first.
Okay. Yeah, so you hit him once in that shoulder. Like I said, the eyes darken. The sludge starts to ooze more. Now it's starting to ooze from its side wound from Cass and the shoulder from the crossbow bolt. As it drops down a little bit, this Dwarger is like on death's door. But because the second one, it turns the Dwarger just a little bit as the second bolt flies right past it for a miss. And then I'm assuming Jagger is going to stay there.
Yeah, he's going to stay there to flank him with Cass.
Because then it goes to Cass's turn. So now it is Cass's turn. Now in a flanking position as this Dwarger is all sorts of disoriented.
Yeah, so J. Edgar cannot provide flanking.
Well, I lied.
Because he's not hostile. He can't make attacks or anything.
He has attacks.
Oops.
I don't think familiars have the ability to attack.
Well, then that character sheet's wrong. I just
Well, you
pulled
just
up an owl. So
Yeah.
that's fine. No, that's totally fine.
In any case, Cass is sitting there looking there with the spear resting on top of the shield, looks at him and in Dwarvish says, "I will end your suffering, cousin." And then I'm going to try to jab him with the spear. That is a 15 to hit.
15 misses.
So just not that it matters because that would have the advantage wouldn't have helped. But I did try to look, but it doesn't seem to say anything specifically against it. But
Well, with my other offhand now ability as part of my polearm master, I get to make an offhand attack with the butt of the spear. So I will swing that. That is a 19 to hit with the butt of the spear.
spear butt.
Yep, spear butt.
Spear butt. And roll for damage because a 19 does hit for 7.
For 9. Dueling fighting style kicks.
You're right. So the first one bounces off of the shoulder plate because they're wearing scale mail, or it clips the corner of the shield that they're carrying. And as you say in Dwarvish, "I will end your suffering, cousin," he just says, "You'll never," and then his voice changes and says, "Help me, brother," as you then swing the back end of the spear and finish him.
Yeah, I just break the butt end of it, and like the little rounded end just like catches him like right on the temple, and just like clocks him completely over and cracks the head over and takes him down.
And just drops him. Fantastic. And then that goes back up to Luminora. You still have one kobold at the footbridge. He's soaking wet, looking very mad. It's like a black, shiny water that's dripping off of him because they were dumping the sludge into the stream. And it is now Luminora's turn to attack.
So he just came up out of the water?
Yeah, he's the one who hit you with the rock.
Mm. I kind of want to try running up to him using the scimitar on him.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna run up there. Do I just hit the scimitar in my inventory then?
Make sure if you're on the character sheet, you want it up in the main box, not in the inventory section.
It'd be under your attacks and spellcasting list.
16 to hit?
16 hits, so roll for damage.
5.
How do you end this poor bastard?
So she runs up that 10 feet, pulls out her scimitar, kind of swings a little bit to where the edge is on the outside, like of her forearm there. She just does a clean swipe to his throat. And then he's just, grabs his throat like they do and drops to his knees.
You're the only one that speaks Draconic. Does he have a final word or phrase that you hear before he drops?
No, just gargling noises.
Just a clean gargle. He drops to his knees and falls back into the creek. All right. So now we are out of combat. You have a couple of options here. There still is this giant statue. There's also black sludge running down from some of the walls. There's a couple of barrels and crates that look to be filled with this black sludge. Some that have right by the riverboat where the stream kind of runs through the caverns under this waterfall and continues on. What do you want to do?
I'm wondering what this thing, the skull sculpture over here, like what's with that?
Yeah. Give me an investigation, history, or religion check.
Cass wants to go look at the giant dwarven statue thing.
Okay.
Valerian goes with Cass.
Same thing. Give me like an investigation, religion, or history check for you guys that are checking out the statue. With a 7, Luminora sees this kind of like almost like ritualistic altar, but it just, you can't make heads or tails of it. It's definitely stonework, and there's like cold fire glowing around it, but that's about what you get.
Okay.
With Valerian getting a 21 on the statue for history, you do not recognize this statue, this being. You don't know what it's from, who it's supposed to be of, but it gives off like kind of like an evil aura, which even with a low roll of a 5 for Cass for investigation, this statue wasn't carved here, it was moved here, and it has this eerie kind of aura to it.
Is there any kind of writing or anything on it, or just...
With a 5, there's carvings.
Is there any kind of writing on it?
With a history check, it just... Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Okay, so with a 21, you can make out that it basically says that at dawn a new day breaks.
That seems peaceful.
Well, maybe, but what they're doing down here doesn't seem good. Looks like they're putting that sludge into the stream, and I don't know the maps very well. I don't know where this water would finally end up going, but if it leaves the Mornland, then it's getting into somebody else's water.
So from here, you have a couple of options. You've eliminated all of the workers that are down here. You have control over the lift because it is down here with you. So you can either go back up, go through the mine and dungeon that you guys are just in, back up through the house, get back to your mounts, and carry on. You can stay down here and take a long rest, let all of the effects of your leveling up and a long rest would provide, or you can get on the ship. It's a rowboat, let's be honest. It's nothing special. But you can take the stream, the creek in this rowboat and see where it takes you. That's kind of your three options at this point in time. So what are you thinking you want to do?
What do you guys think?
My breath hurt, but I'm good, so it's up to you guys.
I mean, they didn't even lay a hand on me, so I'm still pretty patched up.
I'm pretty good too.
We all good on spells and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't used a spell.
I've only used one, but
Valerian takes his mask off and just kind of like has to do another take. You know, he looks around and looks at Cass and Luminora and the ominous statue and altar looking thing, and just takes like a deep breath and says, right then, what's next?
well, we can go back out and get our mounts and everything and head on back. And I don't know if we've really found anything here other than it's somebody's dumping black sludge into the water. We take that boat over there, we can at least see where the sludge was going. I can ask Gilly to lead the mounts out of here and back towards the town.
Seems you stumbled onto an obligation here.
I don't think we've found any answers yet.
I think we should take the boat to find out where this stuff is going to and who it may be affecting.
Yeah, I've got a real Batman Begins vibe out of this.
Same. Big Sam. So we're taking the boat, sounds like.
Yeah, I'll let Gilly know to lead the horses back to the town as best they can. She'll take care of them, or she'll at least protect them as best she can.
Right.
Do we want to rest before we go in the boat, or do we want to just keep on keeping on?
I feel right as rain, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right, I can keep going. I'm still pretty stocked up. They didn't stress us out too much.
As Cass and Luminora start walking towards the boat, you know, I'm still Valerian's kind of still just poking his head around, following behind him, but I don't know, probably sort of considerably behind them, and takes a look at, does like a little triage of himself quickly, and he's like, to himself, he's like, no cuts this time. And then just follows them to the boat.
All right. So you all load onto this rowboat, you know, to go down the stream into further unknown. And with that, we're going to end this episode.
Whoa.
All right. Be a lot better if I, I don't know, I had my outro notes in front of me. Oh. All right. So, you know, as we're wrapping up this episode, you know, for our listeners that would like to support us, please head over to buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a monthly subscription. We know, gross. We're asking for money, but it's a great way to support the show. You get some behind the scenes, some extra episodes as we get further in, as well as member exclusive merch, as well as ways to just like ask questions quicker, faster, and get a chance to know us. So again, that's buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd, since this is an All Things Nerd podcast production. Also like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on episodes, announcements, and everything like that. Does anyone here have anything that they want to plug? Anything that you've been watching recently that you're intrigued on? Any sort of nerd related things that you're stoked on? Anything?
I'm just sad I haven't watched the last episode of Ahsoka yet because I'm waiting to be able to watch it with my wife.
Oh, woof.
Did watch the first episode of Loki today.
Loki was fucking killer.
Dude, it was so good.
Love that show. That's been my favorite MCU show, and season 2 now is just ready for it.
Also, if you guys have a lot of spare time on your hands and $60 to $100 to spare, get out there and play Starfield.
I want to play it. I haven't started yet. Too many things have stopped me from dropping the time and money on it.
It might
Baldur's
consume-
Gate.
Have you started playing Baldur's Gate?
I haven't yet, but I am dying to right now.
Oh, I want to so bad too. Just all of those things. For me, I mean, as the game master, anything, if you like podcasts and you like nerdy shit, especially if you like drinking and talking about nerdy stuff, check out the All Things Nerd podcast. That's our flagship parent podcast. It's a weekly dive into all things nerd. It's fantastic. We drink a lot, and we think we're funny. We've been told from other people, not just our parents, that we're also funny.
It was me.
It was Steven.
Yeah, you're funny, damn it.
We have stickers to prove it. If there's nothing else that you guys want to plug, I mean, we can wrap this up for this session, and we will see you next time. And goodbye from the Kobolds in the Basement.
Later.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.